to need one weight somewhere probably in the neighborhood of like 10 to 12 pounds, give or take. It is going to be used in a bicep curl and holding it overhead. So we're going to have to think about stabilizer muscles. So it's not a crazy heavy weight, but challenge yourself. I mean, I got cute little 4-pounders back there too, and I use them when we do the Super Jane Fonda kind of like, are you there, God? It's me, Margaret. I must increase my bust move. Good. I'm glad that other people read Judy Blume and that whole conversation made sense.
It's been a hot minute though. Oh, you worked my butt pretty good yesterday. I'm quite sore.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
I like working my butt and shoulders. That is like, those are my go-tos.
Boy.
Man, Allison, you did pick like a beautiful, those windows. Oof. So did you guys see that Orange Theory Shanghai is open again?
No.
Wow.
Like
That's scary.
Hopeful, but scary. I understand. But that means there's a possible light at the end of the tunnel. I do worry, here's my not conspiracy theory, but my worry is that a lot of people didn't necessarily follow the Easter rules and that we're going to have like a big influx in the next like week to 2 weeks. Because people are going to be like, oh, it's fine.
Yeah.
And wet places for Easter anyway.
Our numbers are still going up. Like I check it once a day and I'm still like, oh, where's the like plateau or whatever? Like let's get this done. They're still going up.
Yeah, Howard County went up 300% in the last week.
Yeah.
So
I don't get it.
Okay.
My cousin, he lives in Massachusetts though. He's a nurse, so he'll be all right. But
yeah. Hopefully we will, be able to hang out again at some point in our lives, because
we'll all be like, masks, gloves, hazmat suits.
Well, if you look at the Shanghai OTF videos, they're all wearing masks.
Yeah,
I don't see. That's gonna be awful.
Right. Well, I feel like it's like we're all gonna just need to get the altitude trainers, the ones that are the masks with the air restrictors, and then we'll be fine. We'll just be working on altitude training.
Yeah. I feel like if I tried to run with a mask on, I'd be like, I'm suffocating. Like, get this off of me.
We saw people on the bike trail with like masks running, and I was like, no. Like, not only would I not be able to breathe, but I could imagine the hotness, like the warmth of right here, and then exhaling into. Yep, see, I feel the same way, Teresa. Okay, so let's go ahead and chit chat about what's going to happen. We're going to work through a warm up. We're going to kind of do a little bit almost of like a yogic sun salutation warm up, but we're going to break it down. We'll start all the way down on the floor. We'll work our way up. Then we'll get into the meat and potatoes of our workout. And then, of course, as always, we will stretch it out. You guys excited? Yay. If you haven't started your watch and you have a watch that you should start, you should do that. They give you some of the weirdest options on the watch. I'm not going to lie. Did you know foam rolling was an exercise option for Apple Watch? You can search through, if you go to other and search through, it's foam rolling. It's kind of fun. Who knew?
I wonder if it actually matters. Does it matter?
Well, I think it's more of like you get the bragging rights.
Oh.
In your workout, or you send it to your friends and you're like, look what I did.
Yeah.
Because isn't that what it is? It's competing against everyone else in the world.
Oh yeah, because it sends the notification to the people that are in your like challenge thing.
Most people are like, I don't want to be Apple Watch friends with you. And I'm like, yeah, it's probably better.
No, because you burn like more calories than I do in a day before lunch.
I right now am at 670.
Yeah, I hit that yesterday at like 5 o'clock.
Okay, warm up, we're gonna start down on our all fours into our cat and cow position. So we're gonna work here for 30 seconds in each move. I'll tell you where we're going at about the 10-second mark. So find yourself in your all fours, spread your fingers wide, go ahead and engage the belly button. Exhale, arch the spine all the way up to the sky. Inhale, go ahead and sweep it through, bring the chest forward. Again, just working at your own pace. We got 30 seconds solid here. What I want you guys to think about is starting to wake up through the spine, starting to wake up through the shoulders, starting to wake up through the hips. Each and every time we start to arch a little bit higher to the sky, we start to lift those eyes a little bit higher in our cow, find that spine warm and loose before we work into our all four circles. So what's going to happen, I'm just going to turn so you guys can see a little bit better, is we are going to bring our body in a big old circle, loosening up through the wrist, driving the hips back to the heels, bring those arms forward. Following this direction, I'll have a switch in just a minute. And other direction. Go ahead and shift that hiney all the way back to the heels. Extend the arms as far forward as they're going to go. Roll your spine up like where you're in that cat position. Find those shoulders over the wrists in your kneeling plank. All the way back to child's pose. Roll those shoulders forward and all the way back. Feel that spine rounding, just like we did in our cat pose. So now we're going to start to add a push-up. Bring that body forward, lower it all the way down to the ground. Take it back to kneeling plank and all the way back to child's pose. So again, we round it forward, lower it down, press it up, and take it back. We got about 5 seconds. Shift it forward into that kneeling plank. Tuck the toes underneath, straighten through the legs. Lift the hips up to the sky, downward facing dog. Shift it forward into that plank. Lift those hips up and shift it forward. Just about 10 seconds. We'll get a break for the wrists. Lift it once more to that downward facing dog. We're going to shift it forward, looking at that place between the hands. Step the right foot between the hands. Bring that left knee down. Untuck through the toes. Bring the chest up. Draw circles with the wrists. Other direction. Fingers down to the ground. Go ahead and tuck the left toes underneath. Step it back to the plank. High in the sky, heels here, downward facing dog. Looking at that place between the hands, shift it forward. Set the left foot between the hands. Drop the right knee down. Go ahead and bring it up tall. Inhale, sweep those arms all the way up. Sweep them all the way back. Grab those hands, open up the chest. Think about pressing that right hip forward by squeezing tight through that right butt cheek. Release it out, fingers down to the ground. We're going to go ahead and step it back to that plank. High knee to the sky, heels to the earth, downward facing dog. Walk those hands all the way back towards the toes. Roll it all the way up, one vertebrae at a time. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way to the sky. Exhale, swan dive it all the way down. Bending through those knees if you need to get those fingers down to the ground. Walk it all the way to that plank. Walk those forward this time, taking as many steps as we need to, keeping legs as straight as possible. Roll it all the way up, one vertebrae at a time. Inhale, sweep through the back side of the room, fingers all the way to the heavens. Exhale, swan dive it down. Fingers to the floor. Go ahead and walk it out into that plank. Walk those hands back towards those feet. Roll it all the way up. Go ahead and inhale, sweep the arms through the back side of the room. We got 3 circles. There's 1, there's 2, There's 3, opposite direction. 1. There's 2. There's 3. Sweep those arms behind, interlace the fingers. Again, drop the knuckles towards the floor. Big breath in with the spine flat. Go ahead and hinge it forward. Bend the elbows, release the hands, and roll it up 1 vertebrae at a time. Take it up tall, shake it out, grab a quick little drink of water. We're gonna get into the first chunk of our workout. So we're gonna take it into a walking lunge. We don't need a whole lot of room, maybe like 3 to 4 steps forward and 3 to 4 steps back. If we don't have room to do a walking lunge, we can always just hang out in our single space. So what's gonna happen is we're gonna find our weight somewhere again in that 10, 12, maybe 15 pounder. 15 is a little aggressive, just as a heads up. Make sure you can, oh, let me tip you down. Ever so slightly. Okay. We're gonna start with the weight in the right arm. I'm gonna press the weight to the sky. The weight is gonna stay up here. We are gonna take it into an alternating walking lunge. So we'll take a lunge step forward. We'll take a lunge step forward. If you can no longer lunge forward, you turn it around and walk back the other direction. So we're gonna go 2 minutes of work. What's gonna happen is at the 30-second mark, I'm gonna tell you guys 30 seconds, you're gonna take it into 5 bicep curls. After that 5th bicep curl, we get right back into our walking lunge. So we're gonna break up our 2 minutes of lunges with those bicep curls. We'll stay on the right-hand side the whole time. Anyone have any questions? Boop, boop, boop. Put that arm up to the sky. Let's get walking in 3, 2, 1, begin. We're walking, dun, 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 just walking, dun, 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 we're walking, dun, 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 dun. So remember, we're not letting it go into our lower back. Keep your belly button in, tailbone tucked underneath. Okay, we got those 5 bicep curls. However long it takes you to get through those 5, then we're right back to that walking lunge. Keep that shoulder stacked and packed. Time flies when you're having fun. Bicep curls. Come on, guys, we're more than halfway through. Bicep curls, second to last set. Right into those lunges, guys. We got less than 30 seconds. Ten seconds, we do our last set of bicep curls on this side. And bicep curls 5, and then we're gonna rest that arm. Nice job, put that weight down, shake it out, take a breath, take a moment. So we're gonna work our way through 3 exercises. We're gonna go 30 seconds of work with 30 seconds of recovery. We're gonna count how many reps we get in those 30 seconds. Hey, Devin, how's it going?
Sorry, I'm late.
You're perfectly fine, love. I just was really excited that we got another friend, that's all. Okay, so we're gonna go 30 seconds of work, 30 seconds of recovery. We're gonna count our reps because we're gonna do it again and see if we can meet or beat opportunity. What's gonna happen visually? Let's watch real quick. 30 seconds of sit-ups, regular old gym class sit-ups. We're then gonna turn it over, 30 seconds of push-ups. Again, those knees can stay upon the ground, but those toes gotta stay down too. After 30 seconds of push-ups, we're gonna take it up, 30 seconds of regular old prisoner squats. Whether it's hands back or hands right in front of the chest, that's up to you and your body today. So we're gonna go through 30 seconds of work, 30 seconds of recovery, and then we'll do it again immediately. So 2 rounds through. Any questions, guys? Remember, counting your reps. If you don't remember to count them, Allison, it's okay. I won't get mad at you. Give it a smile, guys. Let's get to it in 3, 2, 1. Begin. Sit up. Count them in your head. Ten seconds. And relax. Just remember that number. We're going to turn it over. We have 30 seconds until those push-ups start. Again, you can work from your knees. You can work from your toes. Up to you. "30 seconds of work seems like forever, but 30 seconds of recovery sometimes takes a long time." Let's get it, team. In 3, 2, 1, begin. Halfway. In 3, 2, 1, relax it out. Remember that number. If you've already forgotten your first number, it's okay. As long as you're working hard for 30 seconds, that's all that matters to me. Shake it out, breathe it out. We're gonna go into those squats. Again, you can take the hands behind the head, but if we're pulling it forward, I want you to keep your hands right here in front of the chest. Booty back.
Now, is there a difficulty? Like, is one harder than the other when you're doing the squats, like here or here? What is the difference?
Here is harder in the aspect that most of us are tight through the chest. So this forces us to keep up, but we then want to do this. So if you can keep everything here, this is better, but if you come around, I'd rather you here and work on shoulders back and down. Make sense? Sweet. In 3, 2, 1, begin. 30 seconds of squats, count. Halfway. Come on, power them out. And relax. We're taking it back down on the ground. We got 30 seconds to breathe. And then we have those 30 seconds to sit ups once more. Woo. 15 seconds and we're going to sit up. Not gonna lie, sit-ups were always my favorite part of the Principles fitness test because I felt most successful in the actual sit-up. 30 seconds, let's go. At least more successful than I did at push-ups. Hell of a lot more successful than I did at pull-ups. Woo! Let's try to use those abdominal muscles to pull that body up as opposed to waving those arms around in the air. Try to think about attaching the heels to the ground. Dig the backs of your shoes down into the floor. And relax. Nice job. Anyone meet or beat? Nice. Okay. We got those push-ups. Again, whether you're from your toes or from your knees, or if we even need to switch halfway through, it's up to you and your body. Shake it out. If those wrists are really uncomfortable being in that all fours, we can always take it right here, flats of the fists down into that fist for wrist. Or we can take a hold of those dumbbells, as we talked about in the studio. Let's go, 30 seconds of push-ups, and begin. The more we tuck the elbows close to the body, the more we're working those triceps. Come on, 15 seconds. Last 5, let's bang them out. Let's guarantee that we beat it. And relax. Nice job. Anyone meet or beat? I got one more for that one. Woo! Squats. Regular old squats. So can you feel, Teresa, how this makes it more difficult if we lack that flexibility? Because it pulls our head forward. So fight it open. Squat it out. Let's try to beat that last one in 3, 2, 1. Begin. Halfway. You got 5 seconds. And relax. Nice job. Grab a quick little drink if we need to, shake it out. Then we're going to do that walking lunge with the bicep curl combination, this time holding onto the weight with the left hand side. So you have about 30 seconds, then we'll go ahead and get started. Again, we're gonna do that same thing, but now holding onto the weight in the left-hand side. Evaluate where we were with that right-hand side. Typically, most of us are stronger in the right-hand side. If you thought it was hard as hell on that side, we may wanna adjust it up ever so slightly.
What size weights are we?
What? It depends on what's best for you, but somewhere between 10 and 15. It's an overhead hold and then about 15 bicep curls.
Okay.
Okie dokes, you guys ready? We're gonna walk it out in 3, 2, 1, let's go. So I have a pull-up bar in the middle of our basement, and we have bands, assisted pull-ups, and every time I walk underneath it, I keep getting my weight caught on it. 30 seconds, we're now bicep curls. Come on, 5 of them on the left-hand side. And then right back into that lunge. We may find this side's a little more difficult. Take a pause, take a moment, stack it all up and in, and then lunge it out. We got curls, ladies, 5 of them. Press it up to the sky. We've done 2, that means we're more than halfway through. Keep that weight over your head in control. Bicep curls, second to last one. Whenever you're ready, we return to that lunge. Come on, lock it up underneath that shoulder, underneath that armpit. Don't let that arm wiggle. Come on, bicep curls, and 1. After that 5th one, put that weight down, shake it out. Woo! Okie dokes, ladies, we're gonna do the same concept that we did before. This time we're gonna do leg raises instead of sit-ups. We will still take it into those push-ups, but we're gonna tuck the elbows in and make it a little more of a tricep push-up. We'll probably need to be on our knees. I'll go ahead and talk about it. Last but not least, we're gonna do single leg deadlifts. So we'll actually have 4 rounds with three different exercises, and we'll switch on that leg in between. So let's go ahead and demo it out. So here for 30 seconds, we're lifting and lowering that leg. If we need to, we can always alternate instead. If it's too much on that lower back, we can bend the knees as well. Exercise number 2, we're gonna take it into that push-up. This time, again, the elbows are gonna be super, super close to the body. We bend and press. If we need to, we can always take it down here. I want you to feel your elbows come against your rib cage as they're tucked so close in. Think chaturanga, Devin. Then we are gonna take it into a single leg deadlift. Left foot plants. Right leg is straight, reaches back. We hinge it forward towards that toe. We can or cannot touch that toe. That's up to you and your body. For thinking, working with balance and control. So 3 new exercises, same concept, 30 seconds of work, 30 seconds of recovery. We're gonna count in the first round, try to meet or beat in the second round. Take it down to the ground. We got those leg lifts. If anyone has any questions, wave your hand. And begin. Less than 10. Remember that number. We got 30 seconds, and then we'll take it into that tricep push-up. Again, we may have to come to the knees for these, thinking about brushing those elbows right against the ribs. Keep your fingers spread wide so we engage the entire palmar surface into the ground. We got about 15 seconds. Toes are going to stay attached to the floor to make sure that we're keeping those lower abdominals in and not to act as a pendulum or a counterbalance. In 3, 2, 1, push-ups. Halfway through. Don't let those elbows flare out. You keep them close. In 3, 2, 1. We rest. We're going to stand it up tall. Keep that number in your head. Ooh, those triceps.
I cannot do a tricep push-up. Shit.
Yeah. They're tough.
They're horrible.
Nobody really likes them, but you know what people like? To not have this go wibble, wibble, wibble. So we do tricep push-ups. Single leg deadlift, left foot plants, chest and body one good line, and hinge it over, reach towards those toes. Count each and every time we do it. Hey Kira, I just closed my move ring. $15 seconds. And relax. We got 30 seconds and we'll do the other side.
You couldn't see me, but I was like this.
I figured there was something that let me know that I was number one. I appreciate it.
I cursed, but you couldn't hear me.
Mine said at 880, so, but I've already run 2.5 miles and this is my second workout. In 3, 2, 1, begin. The OTF at home workout today has local coaches, but they're all Australian coaches. So it's actually really fun to listen to them. Keep that left hip down. Don't let it flare out. 10 seconds. And relax. We're going to go back to the beginning. That's down on the ground with those leg raises. I'm not gonna lie, I like laying down on the ground. Big deep breath, let it all go. Go into that leg raise. Think about using the lower abdominals, not the hip flexors. In 3, 2, 1, begin. So what's the difference? Well, when we let that lower back arch, we start using the hip flexors to bring those legs in. If we pull the belly button in so tight and so deep that it's almost like we've been nailed to the floor, and then we feel those lines running down through into the pelvis, that is the abdominal muscles. 10 seconds. Ooh, and relax. We're going to take it into those tricep push-ups. Anyone meet or beat those leg lifts? I did not. I will admit it. Whew. The push-ups are going to be the hard one to beat. This is our 4th round of push-ups, but you guys are stronger than you believe. We have to work on those upper bodies because we don't like to. So we got to do what we hate to do to become better people. Let's do it in 3, 2, 1, begin. How close can you get that chest to the floor? You don't need to look back at those toes or look back at those knees, but you do need to keep that body forward. Don't let that booty run away. 10 seconds. And relax. Nice job. Anyone meet or beat the push-ups?
I have no idea.
Meet them. Did not beat them. Single leg deadlifts. So again, let's think about finding balance. How do we find balance? We find something in the room, something that doesn't move, that something doesn't wiggle, and you lock eyes onto it. That's going to help keep ourselves grounded in one single space, pressing underneath the big toe, the baby toe, and the heel. Find yourselves getting into that single leg deadlift, chest up, left foot planted in 3, 2, 1, begin. Remember, we're not reaching for the foot as so much as we are reaching to the sky with that right heel. It's okay if you wibble, it's okay if you wobble. 10 seconds. And relax. How'd that one go? Did we feel more stable in that second round or less stable? Good, bad, indifferent? We don't really care. It's cool, Mel. We're almost there, guys. 10 seconds, we're working on that other leg. In 3, 2, 1, begin. Again, think about that straight, long line. It's almost though we had a broomstick through our spine and we couldn't bend from the tailbone to the base of the neck. And relax. Did we meet or beat? Did we find ourselves a little more stable, a little less stable? Doesn't really matter. You guys did awesome. That's all that really matters. So we are going to move into a little bit of practice on our get-ups. Ooh, I'm going to introduce you into the next level. So what's going to happen is I'm going to bring you down onto the ground. I may have to move you back up and move you around all over the place, but we'll figure out the best angle. So the lower part that we've talked about in class like 17,000 times, it's keeping that right knee bent, left leg straight, left elbow at almost a 90-degree angle. The way we think about it is line the thumb up with the top of the hip. Hand stays planted. This left hand is never going to move from where it is right now. Right arm up. We keep that palm down so we can hold a weight here later in the future, or we can think about punching up towards the sky. We are going to come up to the elbow We are not sitting straight up. We are bringing the body out to the elbow. We're going to press through the palm. The next step is to lift the hips up. The knee now sweeps back. We are now in a lunge position. We bring it up. Ooh, where are we going to go from here? We are going to take this left foot and step it with the right. How do we get back down? Left foot back, left knee down, hand to the ground. We're going to line it up with the knee, kick the leg all the way through. We come down to the elbow, we come back down to the ground. Holy crap, Mel, what did you just do? Well, we're gonna go through it together, super slow. I actually have written on the board, Turkish get up practice. That is what this part of the workout is called. So let's go ahead and lay down.
Weight or no weight?
Bend your right knee, right foot on the ground.
Weight or no weight?
No weight. Let's practice. Let's get it figured out, Kara, and then we'll add weight. Right foot is on the ground. Left leg is straight. Left elbow is at about a 45-degree angle. We line the thumb up with the hip. Right arm up to the sky. Just pretend there's a weight in it. We are going to use our tummy muscles almost like we are doing a bicycle crunch and come up to that left elbow. We are now going to use the palm of that left hand to press ourselves up. Now, pressing through that right heel, lift the hip and the left leg up off the ground. Woo! Now we squeeze it through, find that left knee on the ground. There you go, team, keep it up. We're now gonna bring it up tall to that lunge. Left foot steps forward, arm is still up to the sky. Left foot steps back into a lunge, knee down to the ground. Hand to the floor, kick the left foot forward, down to the left elbow, down to the ground. Okie dokes. Let's do it again. Super slow, same side. Left elbow down. We're gonna come up to the elbow. We're gonna come up to the hand. Press up, squeeze the knee through, bring the chest up, press through the toe, stand it up. Left knee down. Left hand down, left foot forward, left elbow down, left shoulder down. So now we're going to do the same thing on the same side, but you have one goal, and that is to keep your eyes on the right hand the entire time. Don't look at anything else. I'll keep talking you through it. So set in our startup position, eyes on that right hand. Let's come up to the left elbow. Come up to the left palm. Hips off the ground, left knee through. That's probably the hardest place to keep your eyes on the hand. Bring it up into that lunge. Squeeze the legs together, stand it up tall. Eyes still on the sky. Step it back with that left foot. Lunge it down. Left hand down to the ground. Kick the left foot through. Left elbow all the way down to the ground and relax. So it's a lot harder when we are keeping our eyes on that hand because we have to keep ourselves more stable. But did we feel how it was easier and more stable on the core when we kept our eyes on the hand and how that shoulder stayed up tall? Big breath in, exhale, let it go. Now we're gonna switch sides. So left arm is up. That means that left leg is bent, right leg is straight. Come out with that 45-degree angle. We're gonna press up to that right elbow, press up to that right palm. Lift the hips up, squeeze the knee through. Lift to the lunge, press the feet together. Take that right knee back down, bring that right hand to the floor, press the leg through, elbow, shoulder down to the ground. Let's practice it on this side 2 more times, and let's try to keep those eyes focused on that hand. We go elbow, we go palm, we squeeze it through, find the knee upon the ground, lunge it up, stand it up, knee down, hand down, kick through, elbow, shoulder. Last one, elbow, palm, hips, knee, lunge, stand, lunge, hand, hips, elbow, shoulder. Relax, breathe it out. So Do we feel why all the pieces now start to make sense, what we need to do for the in-betweensies? Now we are going to add a little bit of fun. We are going to add a weight if you would like to. It does not have to be anything heavy. It can even be a water bottle, something in your hand just to make you aware of its presence. We are going to take it into a full get up, all the way up on one side, all the way down, all the way up on the other side, and all the way down. And then we're going to go ahead and find ourselves holding a boat pose while we wait for our neighbors. So a boat pose, we have a couple of options. We can start here in a basic boat with those hands down. We can straighten through the legs. If we're feeling feisty, we can release the hands out. So again, we're going to go all the way up, all the way down, all the way up, all the way down on both sides, and then we're going to hold a boat until our friends finish. Any questions? Do you guys want me to talk through it again? Okay, I will say the words as I go through it. Whichever side you want to, it doesn't matter. We're gonna go elbow, we're gonna go hand, hips, knee. Bring it up into that full lunge and that tall stand. Take it down to that lunge, hand to the floor. Kick it through, elbow, shoulder. And we're gonna switch sides. Take whatever time you need. I'm just giving you that auditory. Go into that elbow. Palm, hips up, squeeze the leg through. Ooh, lunge, stand tall, all the way down, kick it out, elbow down, lay it down. Let's hold that boat. Five more seconds. And relax. So now we're gonna do it again. I'm not gonna talk you guys through it because you're gonna move at your own pace. We are gonna do 2 on the right-hand side. We're gonna do 2 on the left-hand side, and then we're gonna hold that boat. Anyone have any questions before we do it?
Mel, I'm really having a lot of shoulder issue when I try to kick the leg through. It's like, I guess my core isn't strong enough. I'm just gonna go until the push up with the leg.
That is perfectly fine. If we can't
Okay.
go all the way up, I'm totally okay with
Not
that.
yet.
Yeah, we'll get there. Don't worry. Okay, dokes. So 2 on one side, 2 on the other side, and then we hold that boat. Begin. Remember, eyes on the weight the whole time to keep that shoulder stable. Remember, hold that boat. We have 15. Straighten those legs just a little bit more. Roll those shoulders back and down. Three, two, one. Relax, breathe it out. We're gonna do it one more time and then we're gonna stretch, guys. We're gonna do 3 on one side, 3 on the other side. We hold that boat until we're done. If there's any problems with the shoulder, we can always go ahead and take it into the half get up. We can reduce the weight. We can balance a glass of wine and feel like a badass, whatever you guys wanna do. Yeah. If you want that to be your challenge later, you can. I did one with water. I just don't actually have any wine in the house. I'll have to do grape juice so it looks dramatic. Okie dokes. Let's get to it, team, in 3, 2, 1, begin. There you go, ladies. Remember, don't let that weight control you. You're keeping your eyes on it. Once we get through that third one, you hold that boat. You got it. We got 30 seconds. You can go one leg straight. You can both legs straight. You can support here. Let's keep the chest up. If we need to, fingers can come behind, but we should feel that shaking in the tummy. Come on, 15. In 5, 2, 1. Relax. Go ahead and roll it over onto your stomachs. Find those hands right underneath the shoulders. The legs are just going to be relaxed. We're going to lift the chest up, lift the eyes up. If we want to, and that lower back's okay with it, we can press through the hands. But the minute the hips come up off the ground, that is the end of our stretch. Think about pressing the hands down the ground and pulling the chest forward. Then the elbows close to the spine and release the butt cheeks. Release it all the way down to the ground. We're going to inhale through our kneeling plank. Take those knees wide and the toes tight. Exhale back into a wide-legged child's pose. Slide those arms forward. Let the upper body melt. If we can't find that forehead down on the floor, that's totally okay. Stack the fists right here. Find yourself melting over your own hands. Bring that head ever so slightly up. We're going to bring the knees back towards midline and towards one another. Slide the arms forward. We're going to walk the hands all the way over to the left hand side. Right hand is going to plant. Left hand's going to come on top of it. Holding that left hand down, we're going to pull, or holding that right hand down, we're going to pull the right shoulder and hip away from the right hand. Relax the arms, relax the neck, and just let the body weight pull to the right. Feel that stretch from pinky finger all the way down through the hip. Walk it back through midline. Take it to the other side. Walk the hands to the right. Left hand plants as far away as possible. Pull that left hip over the left heel. Plant the right hand on top of the left and pull the body away from the hands. Relaxing the head once more between the arms if it's comfortable today. Walk it back through midline. Drag those hands ever so slightly closer so when we switch, lift up into that all fours position, those hands are right underneath the shoulders. We're going to exhale, arch through the spine, tuck the tail, and drop the head. Reverse it out, the pelvis squares, the abdomen drops, the chest comes forward. Find that neutral spine. We're going to bring it up to our all fours and step that left foot forward a little bit farther forward than our 90-90 lunge, and we're going to sink down deep into it. We're going to let this right hand come down to the ground, not just inside the foot, but ever so slightly outside, kind of if we were right underneath that shoulder. Let's go ahead and take that left hand to the left knee and let that knee fall open, turning onto the pinky toe side of the foot. If we can even drop that right hip down to the ground, coming into our lazy lizard pose. Again, if it's too much on the wrist, we can always take this fist for wrists. Bring it back through midline. Left knee meets right. Right foot comes forward again. A little bit farther forward than we like. Sink into that lunge. Plant the left hand down. Roll into that left hip. Turn on the pinky toe side of those right toes. Sorry, I have a funny little hip pop and I had to get through it. It wasn't reverse puberty there. Oh, the more we can drop that left hip to the floor, the more we can open through those hip flexors. Teresa, this is working on your knee. It should be great for your hip flexors. Go ahead and bring it back up through. Take that right knee back to meet left. Find that all fours position. Go ahead and tuck the toes, lift the hips, and drop the heels, downward facing dog. We're in a short dog. Let's lift those toes or those heels way up to the sky. Really press back through those hands, trying to get those heels to the floor. Bend the knees ever so slightly if we can't find them there, and then lift the hips up to the sky. Think about lifting the hips to the heavens as opposed to worrying about straightening through the legs. The more we can lift the hips, the more the legs are just going to straighten on their own. Go ahead and walk those hands back and roll it up all the way up. Big breath in, exhale, let it go. Round of applause for yourself. Round of applause for your neighbors. Yay, ladies.